佩帆議員。
多謝主席。今次呢個個案呢，真係令到真係市民譁然啊！真係買樓終身大事嚇。我哋而家收到有好多嘅投訴呢，就係即係擺咗呢個大訂同埋印花稅擺咗入呢一個銀行嘅客戶帳戶啦，即係 client account 啦，即係諗都冇諗到，即係律師樓嚇被凍結咧，就會凍結埋自己啲錢嘅喎，即係大失預算。咁亦都見得到咧，原來呢10年嚟有22間律師樓被接管，咁其中有一單呢，都話俾我哋聽個主啦話俾我哋聽咧，經咗都幾年啊，還長嘅官司，最嬲尾咧，原來都最嬲尾，只不過攞翻30%佢嘅自己本身嘅錢嘅啫，而佢哋係好無辜，佢哋冇做錯任何嘢。而家犯錯嘅可能係呢個律師樓老闆又好，員工又好，但係咧受害嘅咧就係呢啲苦主。咁今次呢一件事件咧，就反映政府啦同埋呢個律師會咧，其實一直都漠視無辜市民嘅利益，容許呢一條咁嘅法例同埋呢個唔公義嘅制度咧，一直都係存在。嗱，既然市民係擺咗錢喺律師樓，講明係 client account， 如果你今次認為律師樓嘅帳戶有問題嘅你係應該你凍結佢嘅 office account， 即係公司帳戶咧，一啲問題都冇。但係你有乜理由凍結埋個 client account， 同埋你個中介人嗰啲錢竟然要個 client account 裏邊有啲錢嚟去用嚟去付呢一個中介人嘅費用？其實有乜理據呢？你點樣可以話係保障到公眾嘅利益同埋呢啲客戶嘅利益呢？完全係我覺得不合情理嘅喎。我想問下銀行嘅代表呢，其實 client account 唔係應該啲錢係屬於 client 咁咩？即係屬於個客戶噶嘛，唔係屬於律師樓噶嘛。你律師樓又好，或者你中介人又好，有乜權去動用客戶帳戶裏面啲錢嚟去埋單去埋律師樓，即係中介律師行嗰個費用呢？即係其實大部分嘅市民都唔明嘅。如果係咁，以後邊度有人夠膽擺錢落去律師樓裏邊嘅 client account 呢？即係以後點樣去做呢啲交易呢？咁同埋呢個法例係咪有問題呢？另外，主席，我想問下律政司代表，律政司嗰邊喺呢件事件上邊，你點樣睇呢？你哋以後點樣保證呢啲即係市民嘅利益同埋公眾利益呢？律政司係咪完全一啲角色都冇，一啲嘢都唔可以做去保障呢？咁政府係咪有考慮而家法例係有呢一個嘅問題，保障唔到呢啲客戶嘅利益，咁係咪應該修改法例呢？好，唔該主席。好，郭議員。咁至於你話問剛才問客戶嘅錢 client account 嗰個咧，可能我諗同銀行公會就唔關佢事嘅，即係對於可能呢個就係因為係律師行業嗰個嘅問題嚟嘅，咁或者呢個可能律師會回應會適合啲。得，但係你其實你唔係解俾我聽，你要擺啲大眾市民聽，因為日仍然有人擺緊錢喺 client account 噶嘛。好，第一咧我就叫律師會回應，跟住麻煩律政司就回應有關嗰個公眾利益嗰個角色嗰個問題，好嘛？係。請問邊一位咧？係阿喬派人律師。
So I think your question related to whether clients' monies are being applied in terms of paying the cost of the intervention. That is not correct. So the client monies, as has been explained, are held separately by way of trust monies. It takes time to go through the accounts and calculate what are monies available to each client and what can be returned to each client. Separately, there is a cost of the intervention that is borne in terms of the moment, either by the firm if there's sufficient monies in the office account, but probably more likely by the law society, hence by the members of the legal profession. And that goes with our obligations as a self-regulating body. Please don't mix the two. 你呢個解釋純粹係喺律師會個角度去解釋啫，即係對大眾市民嚟講，佢哋唔會明白點解明明係我買樓嘅錢係屬於我嘅錢我哋係擺喺律師樓係你完成嘅交易，但係你竟然有問題嘅時候，你係會凍結我嘅錢，跟住用咗我個錢去埋單啊嘛。咁呢個問題點樣解決呢？如果你哋律師樓以後要想市民信你哋嘅話，擺錢落你度嘅話，你哋要徹底解決呢個問題，唔可以由得佢繼續係咁樣嘅喎。
你等埋律政司回應埋你嘅問題，好麻煩啦，阿專員。
係唔該主席，我都留意到個時間嘅，但係我諗嗰個唔緊要。係。
Because I'm afraid you misunderstood my answer, and we need to correct that. You stated again that client monies are used to pay the accounts. I've just explained they are not. So we must correct that misapprehension. The public need to know it is not their monies being used to pay for the cost of the intervention. Can we be very clear on that?
即係你嘅意，咁點解會有一啲嘅個案？唔好意思啊，我諗要搞清楚，主席。咁點解會有一啲個案，即係最嬲尾法庭判翻出嚟嘅時候，佢攞唔翻佢全部自己嘅錢呢？即係個顧客，即係個客戶擺啲錢喺律師樓，佢犯咗乜嘢錯誤？最嬲尾佢係攞唔翻全部佢嘅錢呢？同埋呢幾年佢嘅損失邊個負責呢？
專員等一等先啦，係阿喬柏仁律師。黎亞明律師，唔好意思。
Explain the client's money in the client's account of a law firm belong to the clients. When the intervention agent goes in, he has to ascertain how much money there is in the client's account, and then he has to verify that with receipts, etc. In an intervention, in the past, we found that the receipts do not correlate to the amount of money that appears in the client account. So you might get a shortage in the client account. When there is a shortage in the client account, then of course the amount to be distributed to the clients is pari passu, or equal to each client. And that's why you get the difference, not because the Law Society. And so it's very important when the claim forms are filled in that the claimants put in receipts as well as details of the amount of money that is held by the firm. If the firm has, for instance, I'm not talking about this firm generally, if the firm has not given out a receipt, then the client may not have a receipt to verify that. But then the intervention agent has to then go through the whole file, go through the accounts, and verify whether or not that sum of money is being held on behalf of that client. And if you have disorganized accounts, it's very difficult for the intervention agent without receipts to identify that that money belongs to that client. Of course, banks, when they're putting monies in, they will have a record of the amount of money that's put into a particular client account. And then, of course, the only difference is if there is a difference between the amount of money that is to be held and the actual amount of money that is found, then that discrepancy results in a low amount being distributed.
主席啊，唔好意思嗱，咁我好似我呢個即係投訴嘅個案，佢都有講嗱，如果你係有人挪用呢啲，就算你係挪用咗呢個 client account 裏邊嘅錢，咁你咪凍結嗰個 client account 咯，你都咪要凍結埋其他嗰啲 client account， 跟住撈勻條數點計咧？即係總之啲市民就係覺得即係佢哋十分之無辜，即係佢哋冇做錯任何事，佢哋係信咗一個律師樓，跟住擺咗錢落去，而嗰啲錢佢哋係應該要全部攞得翻晒嘅。咁但係而家你譬如你有邊個 account 俾人挪用咗錢，咁但係你又要令到其他啲人都封埋佢嗰個 account， 跟住最嬲尾佢係攞唔翻晒佢全部嘅錢嘅，呢個先係佢哋最驚啊嘛！嗰啲係佢哋嘅血汗錢嚟噶嘛。即係呢個問題係而家係咪存在先？即係我哋冇屈你㗎，係咪？咁如果你而家事實係存在呢個問題，呢個問題係存在咗咁多年，有其他咁多個個案，之前都有人投訴，咁你哋有冇制度去諗下點樣去處理，即係減少一啲市民嘅即係受損咧，利益受損咧？
好，陳澤銘律師係咪回應啊？
多謝高議員呢個問題。我哋首先律師會其實係非常之同情苦主嘅。其實律師會作為一個監管機構，頭先會長講咗咧，我哋別無選擇先要咁做嘅。正正就係因為帳目有問題，我哋先要去介入嘅。咁頭先會長同埋副會長都講咗啦，其實喺 client account 客戶帳目嘅錢裏邊咧，係一定唔會要嚟到去找任何中介費嘅，呢個一定要澄清。但係頭先黎亞明副會長亦都講咗啦，個重點就係當介入嘅時候，銀行嘅數目同客戶個總數嗰個餘額係咪相對？呢個係最重要嘅。如果係相對嘅話咧，應該係攞得翻錢嘅。但係如果唔相對係兩個數目，客戶嘅錢同實際喺銀行嘅錢係唔對嘅話咧，咁就出現問題啦。咁但係呢個過程我哋仍然係進行緊嘅，而家暫時未做到，因為嗰個帳目真係有啲混亂啊。如果好清楚，我哋當然可以睇得到，但係因為帳目係較為混亂咧，我哋暫時睇唔到。我俾翻副主席講。
但係你承唔承認而家呢個制度本身係有問題
May I answer the?
Yes, please.
May I answer your question that you had raised earlier in relation to the accounts? I believe you asked why that specific account cannot be frozen and the others not be frozen. It arises because, not in this case because we don't know the details, but generally it may arise if For instance, the firm has put money into client account A and then moved it somewhere else, and because of the disorganized manner in which the accounts are kept, or possibly monies have moved somewhere else, then it's very difficult to know which account that particular sum of money went into. So that's why it has to be looked at holistically. Where you have clear accounts, and we have over 950 law firms, so majority of the law firms stick to the solicitor accounts rules. They keep clear accounts, they keep clear details of their monies received down to the last cent, and we expect compliance down to the last cent. There should be, even 1 cent is in the wrong place, it is a breach of the solicitor's accounts rules, and the auditor at the end of the year will identify even a small breach. So by and large, solicitors have a high responsibility to look after accounts. It's only where you have a firm that has not been keeping their accounts, and that will only come out when you look at the overall accounting books and their bank accounts, that you end up with a result where clients receive less money than they have actually put in.
好啦，
咁啊就係呢個都係律師樓本身嘅責任同個制度嘅問題咯，你哋都係要去處理嘅。可唔可以，主席唔好意思，我知道過咗鐘，可唔可以律政司答埋我嘅問題？
我諗呢度因為今日好彩我哋提問嘅人都唔係好多，或者專員，麻煩你都做一個簡短回應好嘛？
係唔該主席，我都盡量簡短啦。阿郭議員嗰個問題咧，都係針對翻嗰個制度上嘅問題嚟嘅。咁呢一度咧就如果介入喺個制度裏邊咧，介入嘅原因咧係牽涉某一間律師行佢本身嘅負責人嘅操守嘅問題咧，咁呢個咧就係會係一個兩種嘅情況都可能牽涉嘅。第一個咧就係關於佢個操守嘅問題，即係話佢嗰個專業上嘅問題。咁剛才3位嘅副會長咧都有詳細咁樣解釋，即係嗰個入帳嘅過程係點樣啊，嗰啲資金流係點樣。咁呢啲都係需要咧透過嗰個調查。咁當然律師會咧喺我哋目前個監管嘅制度裏邊咧，佢哋係有權力咧係向有問題嘅律師行咧作調查。咁當然調查係需要時間啦。咁另一種情況咧就係條例裏邊亦都有講到嘅，就係關於呢個欺詐嘅情況。咁如果涉及欺詐嘅情況咧，咁亦都可能會我正話講第二種情況啦。第二種情況就係話可能涉及一啲刑事嘅情況啦。咁呢啲嘅情況咧，咁又需要咧係由警方咧從嗰個刑事嘅調查方面咧去跟進嘅。咁而目前嗰個制度咧嘅運作嘅方法咧，就係咧當發現有問題嘅時候咧，律師會咧就喺法律上咧就有權咧就介入。咁呢個介入咧就唔係一個接管嚟嘅。咁剛才之前郭議員都有提過。咁呢點我都覺得重要嘅，因為介入同接管係有分別嘅。咁而喺介入咗之後咧，就正如剛才會長都有提到啦。咁嗰個介入中介人咧就要負責咧，就係需要保存嗰啲文件啦。同埋咧就係要以受託人嘅身份咧，就係要保存住嗰啲資金嘅。咁呢啲個目的咧，最終咧根據嗰個制度咧，都係要保障客戶嘅利益同埋公眾嘅利益。咁呢度我哋所講客戶同公眾嘅利益咧，其實咧都包括埋咧一啲喺如果唔接管嘅話，可能再有其他嘅人咧係會幫襯呢一間嘅律師事務所，即係一間出問題嘅律師事務所，去攞佢哋嘅法律服務嘅。咁呢一點咧，我相信咧律師會咧喺佢決定是否介入嘅時候，都係一個考慮嘅因素嚟嘅。咁呢個咧就係點樣嗰個而家嗰個法例嘅運作嗰個情況。咁呢度咧，我係補充到呢度，唔該主席。
好，我諗